True that.
There you go.
Parasympathetic nervous system, dog.
I think a lot of teams they actually like to pack multiple officials in the same day. They like to have scrim day as an official.
Yeah, rather to have one break day completely free than to have a couple of games happening. Anyway, in the meantime, we are soon starting the draft, so we can talk a little bit about what we're expecting to see in terms of heroes. In terms of, I mean, Jakiro mid will probably not happen again, I would imagine.
So it's interesting why that happened. They opened Clock Jakiro, and they had done that in a previous game, and it was Biver that played the Jakiro in that one. What happened in the Empire game was they opened Clock Jakiro, and Empire second phase picked TA into it. And so they put the Jakiro mid against the TA. There really are only a couple of heroes. TA and Dragon Knight are the main two that come to mind that you would want to put Jakiro mid against.
It worked out for them. We'll see if that opening happens again. We have some people waiting in the war room to talk you through the strategies.
Oh yeah. What up, Fog?
Oh yeah, look what's behind my back.
We had it!
I actually just knew it. I just knew it.
Damn.
Scripted.
Nice.
All right.
That's all I had though. I don't know what the hell else. The other hero I was gonna grab his band. So.
All right. Let's go. Let's continue.
That was great. That actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah, that was really good.
You shouldn't be so surprised about that.
I
You should
am.
play it off as if it was, obviously, confidence. You knew
Just
it all
another
along.
day
Wow.
for
Just keep
Evan.
going.
Oh, I was gonna grab that one too.
Nah, but
I'm
you
actually
didn't.
triggered.
Nah.
I
Keep it.
All right,
Bristle.
so Bristle.
That's a
Yeah.
little unusual.
Look at this.
think we're gonna. No, that'll probably be over there, right?
And it's gonna be aggressive.
I think that's
too?
gonna be aggro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll put that over there for now. So we've got the GH, keep it alight, and the mind control probably on the Bristleback. I think Bristle's coming back into the meta a lot. Saw him at Kiev, Weehaw with that absurd. Well, he was like 18-0 that one game that he did play,
Oh,
and we've seen it a
yeah.
couple times since then. Just very strong hero that naturally builds Solar Crest, pressures a lot, and farms ancient stacks, and can take Rosh. He does a lot of things. He's objective taker as well. Just in general, a good hero now.
Yeah, I think that's the big key to this open is that you get away with this Bristle Coddle open because they can play in all three lanes, depending on the matchup, and they can put a lot of pressure. There aren't too many matchups that just crush them, and there are a lot of matchups that they really, really punish. This is very, very stock Navi recently. I think they've done this in either 9 or all 10 out of the last 10 drafts. They've opened offline support. A lot of the CIS teams have actually been opening Darkseer Slardar, Darkseer Disruptor. Very similar. A lot of team fight potential. Pretty flexible laning. I do worry a little bit. The Disruptor as a support, we all know, pretty vulnerable to being punished in the laning phase. And that Coddle Bristle dual lane is a lane that can just, if Disruptor is put with a carry that he needs to babysit, they can just get run at.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we might see some dodging come out, possibly from Navi. I mean, it's very early to say that, but if they do get like vision of where the Coddle Bristle are going, we might see the Darkseer even put down there with a combo, rather than having their carry placed up against that, because it's just too much harassment. The double coils start to add up too much. Yeah, the
Terrifying stuff
chakra.
there. Do you guys think we'll see another Weaver? We've been seeing a lot of Weavers against Disruptors lately, which is a little counterintuitive to me, but I guess it's that early game aggression that we were talking about, huh?
Well, I mean, it's always a possibility. It's
Okay.
safe bet.
Thank you.
Matuma, I believe
tell
that's
you,
the combo that Liquid went to in Kiev, the Matuma and Weaver. I think that's a good, it's a good sort of tempo carry. Again, I've been using that phrase a lot, but I feel like a lot of teams are going to that with the mids farming up and the carries applying pressure throughout the mid game. And that's just it's a style of play and a style of hero that Matuma is very, very comfortable with. I still want to see more of his Lycan. I feel like his Lycan is still really good.
First phase ban for that very reason.
I think, I always think about Matu, and I think, Lycan, and I think his Terrorblade. I was so confused at Kiev when they weren't grabbing Terrorblade all these times, because playing with Miracle in pubs, playing with Matu in pubs, those guys pick Terrorblade like half of their games. And they're experts on the hero. They know exactly their timings and when to choose the fights. So I think it's still a possibility this game that they can grab it, because they do have the stall mechanic from the Coddle, they have the mid game from the Bristleback, and then I think a Terrorblade can fit in, but they do need some disable to follow that up.
I mean, they have
But it's
also
banned.
been picking Naga for Matuma.
But when they pick
Well, GH is normally the keeper of the light player, and the last time they did pick Naga, they kept Matuma on the Naga Siren.
Yes.
So I would imagine that they are going to stick with that if they're going to pick that again.
Kuro has played plenty of Coddle in his career, but yeah, that's true that you generally put GH on it these days.
And the Terrorblade does end up getting banned out. So
Yeah.
they read your mind in that one as well.
Yeah, that's a super good point by Fog because Terrorblade was very, very good at Kiev overall. I think he was like 14-6. So that hero had a very good tournament. It was surprising to see Liquid not go that direction.
So what are we looking for here? Because in terms of bans, we obviously got a couple of carries banned out, but we also have the Slardar and the Tusk removed. So you got those aggressive 4 positions. Which aggressive 4 positions are still in that we could see come out here? Because we already talked yesterday about Earth Spirit not being super hot anymore.
Could see the Tusk.
Well, no, that's banned.
Okay.
So we can't do that.
You always have to at least think about the Seneko Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Or
Ricky then comes to mind as well, of course. Somewhat interchangeable in a way.
I'd like Liquid to have some kind of stun, like some Sand King or something if possible.
But Sand King has a 4 position. I'm normally not too excited about that. It just takes so long.
You see it still a lot in the Chinese scene. Like Taka does it amazingly well still. But yeah, not as much among the Western teams.
Yeah, it's definitely much more rare here. I just really like having that kind of catch and disable when you have like these 2 heroes already showing. And you're playing versus Darkseer and Disruptor. Navi could even still be grabbing the Sand King for themselves, so I feel like Liquid, if they take it, could be kind of a deny pick, but we'll see the kind of approach they want to do. I think GH and Kuro both play the Coddle, that's why I'm like leaving options open. They do go for the Rubik though, so that's probably Kuroki's hero.
Kuroki's Ruby. Yeah.
It's one of the top 5 most played player hero combinations in all of Dota.
What?
Behind Kuro Rubik.
Oh.
Yep. Behind Bulldog's Nature's Prophet. That's number 1, and Aki's Chen.
It's
Wow.
good sustainable disable. I mean, of course, it's just like a single target one other than the lift stun, but it gives you the no field later on, which works really well versus these Darkseer Disruptor kind of combos. Usually you want either like a BKB core to kind of deal with that, or, this can help a little bit versus it. And also it's more D-push, so now they have Coddle Rubik for D-push, which is pretty ridiculous. So now this is an old school kind of thing that, well, not old school, but people tend to like picking Night Stalker a lot versus Keep the Light, just the vision game.
Yeah.
But I think it also, now you're glad as Navi that you banned Lycan, because I think one of the things that teams have started to look for with the NS counter to the Coddle is you saw EG do this at Kiev, you then pick up Lycan to take advantage of the double howl at nighttime provided by darkness. But banned out, not going to happen here.
Hype.
Yep.
I like the concept of the Night Stalker in this game. Great long silence against Rubik. Very good against Coddle as well.
Yep.
However, it's been a long time since I've ever watched a game with a Night Stalker and been like, whew, thank goodness they had him. I don't think he's that good of a hero, honestly, in this current meta.
He can go crazy though. Wasn't it Lil at Kiev when he had that one game as Night Stalker where he got like a 6-minute medallion and every single gank worked out for him. It works well with Darkseer too because how hard you can pressure, and like you mentioned, Slacked, Coddle and Rubik, they're susceptible to that kind of like 4-minute nighttime gank. Night Stalker just goes, and these two can't really respond versus him that well because he's innately so tanky. He can just kind of run into towers.
Oh my goodness!
So okay, that's gonna be a carry Bristle.
It's gonna be a Matu Bristle.
Matu Bristle, and this is gonna be a mind control Doom. They picked this at Kiev a lot.
But don't you just like insta Wraith King here?
Wraith King.
I like Wraith King a lot versus him, but Coddle's good versus him too.
Yeah, that's true.
Until
That's true.
level 25.
Monolith really messes him up. But anytime I see a Doom or for that matter a Legion on board, that's immediately what I think about.
There's not that much synergy though with the Wraith King and the rest of Navi heroes. They
they got a lot of controls and catch to allow the Wraith King to
I guess you
punch
can
into people.
surge and all that.
I actually really like it with the AoE team fighters like the Darkseer and Disruptor because the Wraith King goes in first. Yeah. They focus him. You get the reincarnation slow down, and then
I can see
drop the
that
wombo
work.
combo on top of it.
Yeah, you're right with that.
But they may be thinking something totally different. I don't want to talk too much about that.
But what if you're right though?
It's bound to happen by accident, right?
Damn.
No, I think other directions. You still do need some. You need some tower hitters as Navi. You need some physical damage.
Oh.
They don't see the mid yet. So.
The Prophet? I don't know what happened in this hero. He started coming back in Kiev, and now no one picks him anymore. Nobody like him. Makes me sad.
Wait, which one? Nature's Prophet?
Yeah, Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I agree though because the games that we did see him in,
actually DP's
he
pretty
was
good.
very strong.
Yeah, so I heard Prophet. I was like, oh. So they picked Lina. They just kind of like now they have their combo. I mean, this is CIS. We've been saying a lot about the CIS gambit, whatever you want to call it, but they do have that kind of wombo combo thing. And Lina
No,
super
no,
strong
no,
mid laner.
wait. The CIS Gambit is opening with the Darkseer Slaughter.
Yeah, but
No, it's a
the
different
same-
disruptor.
it's same
You
idea,
can't
though.
change that up. We
Whatever.
gave it a name.
This is you
Fair
figure
enough.
the
He's totally
Borscht
right.
Brawler. This is a Borscht Brawler.
I mean, are you guys liking Lina here though?
No.
Because you've got two cores, a Bristleback and a Doom, that are going to have a lot of HP. There's a null field that's going to come into play. I mean, I kind of feel it could get to the point where if the Lina doesn't start to just dominate the game from the start,
Yep.
it's going to be pretty little. I mean, as soon as that Bristle gets a few on, they're not... This is a game already where I'm looking at the damage that Navi have. If this Bristle has a good start at the time, which he should do, because he is a safe lane Bristle, they're not going to be able to bring him down. And if Mind Control gets good farm on the Doom as well, he's going to be very hard to bring out as well.
I think they're probably thinking, like, we don't get last pick anyway, so we may as well reveal our mid right now, because Liquid gets the last pick on us either way. So it's just like, okay, we get a very strong mid laner. We don't have to worry. It's like, okay, if Miracle gets, like, Invoker, Ember, something like this, we at least have this Lina versus it no matter what.
I think you're both dead along with that. I think that Fogg's point is very correct, that you pick Lina there because there really aren't too many mid matchups that can really punish it.
Yeah.
That does not invalidate, though, anything that Odie said.
Yeah,
I think
no, I
that's
agree.
perfectly correct. Like, it's a very sort of stock draft by Navi here, and I don't know that they're going to be able to dictate tempo enough to force those team fights. Oh, there you go.
They're going to
Okay.
Naga it.
So they are potentially going to play for the late game now, which is, as we know, an area that Liquid's looked a little spotty. I like it a lot more now.
But they do need to get to the late game, and I think that might be a tricky part.
Yeah,
Do they have enough damage to take down a Bristleback, for example, to
Liquid
stop
doesn't
him
have
from
much
going high ground?
the other thing is that Naga's
they
base
go.
armor really high, really very good against the Bristleback.
This is a very hard game for Navi, I think.
Miracle Invoker.
All right. Well, thanks, gents. Over to the commentating desk with you while we discuss who we think has the better draft. Now, I will go first and say that I think they should never go up against a Miracle Invoker. That's just... I
don't
think
know,
Liquid
guys.
is going to take this one.
Good effort. Good effort. Yeah. I can see that. What are you thinking?
I think there's a very good look. I think there's a very good chance that Liquid just go out, and if they get ahead early, they just end the game at 30, 35 minutes, and it looks like a stomp. I think if this game goes to 50 minutes, like, Liquid are in serious trouble. So I'll take Liquid, but this is not, to me, a lopsided draft.
All right.
Gotta disagree with you there, Alan. I feel like Navi has certainly got the upper hand in this one. A lot of aggression and a lot of ways that they'll be able to handle all that stuff. Liquid doesn't have that much really to be able to deal with their team. Where's the control, Alan? They just don't have it.
No, I had Liquid.
Too bad, Sheever, you're with me.
To the hut.
Sheever, you with me.
I'm both. Okay.
There you
Welcome
go.
to the ride, milady.
2-2.
Haha.
Wow.
A
Well,
tip of the fedora.
Is it going to be a long game, or are we actually going to see Liquid dominate Navi in the early game and just take it over for the first game? We're going to find out. Over to our commentators, Fogged and Odie Pixel.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed, welcome and get yourselves ready for game one of the day. Navi are going up against the boys from Liquid. We've just seen the drafts, as the panel said. Maybe a little worried for Navi in this one, but they have got this pie cut Naga. Maybe they can Naga it up and win with the Siren.
I think it's possible, yeah. I think Seneco's going to have a very good early game to kind of set the tempo for them, because if Liquid comes out good in these lanes, I think it's going to be, like the panel was saying, I think it's going to be very tough for Navi to kind of come back. So first nighttime rotation is going to be very important for Navi coming into this one. See how Liquid decides to put their pressure. It looks like they are going for an aggro tri-lane. They're going to be putting Dooms in the safe lane 1v1 versus the Darkseer. You can eat the Ion Shell creep if you want to, and then or you can have like a sustained creep if you find one of those big satyrs. It's not that bad of a matchup for the Doom. And yeah, this is a good approach. We used to talk about that a lot versus Naga Siren. Best way to start out versus her is just put a lot of pressure right away, and that's what they're doing. Boots, Rubik, Coddle, and Bristleback aggressive.
And yeah, I mean, if you're Navi, do you have to move the Naga away from this, or do you just have to deal with it? Could we see them try and move, or are Liquid always going to mirror what you do?
I think that they should probably dodge. I think
They
it's
should try and dodge, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. I think even potentially putting... I don't know, I think even having like the Naga mid isn't so bad, and then having like leaving like the Lina in the tri lane, or even just throw the Darkseer down there. Like,
I mean, that is the thing. Yeah, you're actually bang on there, because Naga mid was one of the ways we saw people win lanes against the Invoker, wasn't it? You get the poor mans, you have the illusions out, and Invoker can't deal with the illusions in the early stages of the game.
Yeah.
But we'll see what Navi do in terms of alterations, but at the moment, keeping them down here. They'll now know what the plan is from Liquid, as Liquid reveal themselves, coming across here to look to secure the room from Navi. They will be able to, and I believe already Navi are making moves. Nagasara and Pycat heading straight up to the top lane. They are gonna just go around and switch up the side lanes, by the looks of it.
Yeah, kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
Soneko had his gold saved, so he just had tangos to start, just waiting to see any information, and he does go for boots. He had the Iron Talon action just quick buy, so he was like, okay, if they don't go aggro, I'm just gonna straight up jungle, but since they are, I'm gonna switch it up. Kuro in position for a courier snipe. Courier is walking out. Is
he gonna get this?
Oh, it's going the long way though.
They're
he knows.
smart.
He knows something's up.
Oh, nice. They are keeping it on the very edge though. Yeah, we'll see if he gets on the way back.
He's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eyes on. Oh, he's gonna get it, I think.
Is this just gonna go straight down the middle? They're gonna keep it up.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, they've got it. Kuro comes in and easy courier, easy life, and the taunt as well. Beautifully done there by Kuroki. And certainly
My control
caused
top.
a little issue.
They actually get him.
Okay. So they may have lost their courier, but they secure Pycat. First blood here on the Nagasara. Brilliant way for him to start the lane. The lane switch up already favoring Navi.
Yeah, my control not really expecting that much damage to come out from the three of them. He has like the poor man shield to start on the Doom, but yeah, just too much damage coming out from those three.
Mid lane as well. Dendi, despite losing the courier, of course, doesn't care too much at the moment as he's doing fine in terms of regen. He's been able to zone Miracle right back here.
Play in all three lanes, depending on the matchup, and they can put a lot of pressure. There aren't too many matchups that just crush them, and there are a lot of matchups that they really, really punish. This is very, very stock Navi recently. I think they've done this in either 9 or all 10 out of the last 10 drafts. They've opened offline support. A lot of the CIS teams have actually been opening Darkseer Slardar, Darkseer Disruptor, very similar. A lot of team fight potential. Pretty flexible laning. I do worry a little bit. The Disruptor as a support, we all know, pretty vulnerable to being punished in the laning phase.
Oh yeah, and look what's behind my back.
We had it!
I actually just knew it. I just knew it.
Damn.
Scripted.
Nice.
All right.
That's all I had though. I don't know what the hell else. The other hero I was gonna grab his band, so.
All right, let's go.
Let's continue it.
That was great. That actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah, really good.
You shouldn't be so surprised about that.
I
You should
am.
play it off as if it was, obviously, confidence. You knew it
Just
all along.
another day for
Just keep
F-Dog.
going.
Oh, I was gonna grab that one too.
Nah, but
I'm
you
actually
didn't.
triggered.
Nah.
I did.
Hey, keep it,
All right,
Bristol.
through that.
There you go.
Parasympathetic nervous system, dog.
I think a lot of teams they actually like to pack multiple officials in the same day. They like to have scrim day as an official.
Yeah, rather to have one break day completely free than to have a couple of games happening. Anyway, in the meantime, we are soon starting the draft, so we can talk a little bit about what we're expecting to see in terms of heroes. In terms of, Jakiro mid will probably not happen again, I would imagine.
So it's interesting why that happened. They opened Clock Jakiro, and they had done that in a previous game.
So
That's a
Bristol.
little unusual.
Look at this.
Oh, we're gonna. No, that'll probably be over there,
I think
right?
that's going to be aggressive
I think that's
too.
gonna be aggro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll put that over there for now. So we've got the GH, keep it alight, and the mind control probably on the Bristleback. I think Bristol's coming back into the meta a lot. Saw him at Kiev, Weehaw with that absurd. Well, he was like 18-0 that one game that he did play,
Oh,
and
we
we've
played
seen
him,
it a
yeah.
couple times since then. Just very strong hero that naturally builds Solar Crest, pressures a lot, and farms ancient stacks, and can take Rosh. He does a lot of things. He's objective taker as well. Just in general, a good hero now.
Yeah, I think that's the big key to this open is that you get away with this Bristle Coddle open because they can game. And it was Biver that played the Jakiro in that one. What happened in the Empire game was they opened Clock Jakiro and Empire second phase picked TA into it. And so they put the Jakiro mid against the TA. There really are only a couple of heroes. TA and Dragon Knight are the main two that come to mind that you would want to put Jakiro mid against.
It worked out for them. We'll see if that opening happens again. We have some people waiting in the war room to talk you through the strategies.
Oh yeah. What up, Fog?